40 fathoms deep is where he lies asleep, a privateer too bold to fear, too brave to ask for quarter. My love lies under water. By royal decree he sailed the sea, the gold of Spain to plunder, but on the main he'll not sail again, now his ship's gone under. 'Twas hard upon Manila's shores he fell in with the foe, athwart the bow he raked the decks to deal the fatal blow. But hard aport the Spaniard came, and leaking fore and aft, entwined the rigging and the sails in a dying grasp. Now it's 40 fathoms deep where he lies asleep, a privateer too bold to fear, too brave to ask for quarter. My love lies under water. Muzzle against muzzle, gun port against port, broadside against broadside, the gallant captains fought. And while the crews each other slew, the ship sank slowly down, and for the love of king and gold, my privateer was drowned. And it's 40 fathoms deep where he lies asleep, a privateer too bold to fear, too brave to ask for quarter. My love lies under water. Ah, would it were his love of gold was bound upon my finger, to stand forever at my side, in his arms to linger. But it's 40 fathoms deep where he lies asleep, a privateer too bold to fear, too brave to ask for quarter. My love lies under water. Yeah, well, after I wrote that, quite some time after I wrote that song, I realised I'd actually written a woman's song. So perhaps, rather than calling it 40 Fathoms Deep, I should call it the Song of the Gay Captain or something. But so be it. It happens that over the years I've written songs of various sorts for various bands and things, including a bit of blues. But they say you're meant to have lived the blues to write them. Unfortunately, the Perfect Life blues doesn't really go down terribly well. But I did find one that I think most people could relate to. It's called the Busy Man Blues. Pack your bags and be moving on. Gotta take your troubles and just get gone. I got enough to do without all your problems too. Every time I see you, you're just moping around. Face so long, your lip there dragging the ground. Raise your head and take a different view. Step on out in those old walking shoes. I got enough to do without all your problems too. Face so long, you're little there dragging the ground. So pack your bags and be moving on. Take your troubles and just get gone. I got enough to do without all your problems too. Yes, there've been times when I've lent a hand, Now it's time that you learn to stand on your own 2 feet, 'cause I've enough to do without all your problems too. I gotta fix the fence, paint the roof, wash the car and pick the kids up from school. I gotta exercise, chop some logs, mow the lawn, maybe get a job. Well, there's so much stuff that I've gotta do that there ain't no time for me to worry about you. So there. Well, we do have the opportunity to sing somebody else's songs, I believe. So I'm going to do one by a gent called, or referred to as the late anyway, Stan Rogers, but I think he's particularly late. He's not about to walk in the door, having passed away some time ago. Great writer and performer of sea songs. I'm rather fond of such things. This one's called Tiny Fish for Japan. The curse of all acoustic or guitar players, capo. Muddy waters run down past the penny arcades by the harbour downtown. All the old turtlebacks rust in the rain like they never will leave there again. But leave there they do in the hours before dawn, rush out through the darkness without word or song. For a few more years yet they'll work while they can to catch tiny fish for Japan. No whitefish or trout here, we leave them alone. The inspectors raise hell if we take any home. What kind of fisherman can't eat his catch or call what he's taken his own? But the plant works 3 shifts now, there's plenty of pay. We move 17 tons of this garbage each day. If we want to eat fish, then we'll open a can and catch tiny fish for Japan. Beer. The old guys remember when the waters ran clear. No poisons with names that we can't understand, and no tiny fish for Japan. Well, the days run together, each one is the same, and it's good that the smelt have no lovelier name. It's all just a job now, we'll work while we can to catch tiny fish for Japan. And we'll catch tiny fish for Japan. Thank you. The gent who wrote that, Stan Rogers, had a magnificent sort of bass voice. Just a shame that he passed away in a plane crash back in the 80s, and we'll never get to see him live out here. A few years ago, I was watching a documentary about Darfur. And a lot of people, oddly enough, don't know what went on in Darfur, or it's still going on. Horrible things are happening. Groups of people supported by the government were attacking villages and so forth. They were known as the Janjaweed, these people, the devils on horseback. And when one of the images that was left in my brain, sort of burnt into it at the end of this, was shadows in the grass, or that's what I call them anyway, which unfortunately is what's left when you burn someone to death. The grass. So I'm sorry to put this one on you, but this is Shadows in the Grass. Dust and dread roars in like dragon's breath, omen of destruction, harbinger of death. And from the haze of menace, pounding hooves are heard, as the horses of the Janjaweed emerge. Darfur, you people lie in flames. How did this Armageddon come to pass? Well, the devil comes on horseback to murder, rape, and maim, leaving only shadows in the grass. Of purpose, they race across your land, erasing all before them, leaving only smoke and ash. Like a flood of fire, they surge across the plain, while you stand naked against the tide of pain. Darfur, you people lie in flames. How did this Armageddon come to pass? Well, the devil comes on horseback to murder, rape, and maim, leaving only shadows in the grass. How long till the world takes a stand and drives these devils from your land? Confronts the demons face to face, clears them from this killing place, removes the fear of spear and firebrand. Do we leave it to the few to raise a lonely voice, or speak out while we can? Will that be our choice? Though we've seen it all before, we'll see it all again. Doesn't mean we should ignore our fellow man. Darfur, you people lie in flames. How did this Armageddon come to pass? Well, the devil comes on horseback to murder, rape, and maim, leaving only shadows in the grass. Now there's only shadows in the grass. Thank you. Right, last song. Something a little bit more philosophical and less in your face, I guess. The big waiting room. They're old men and babies, children with rabies, mothers and brothers with fleas, flatulent uncles and kids with carbuncles, victims of exotic disease. There are big football players and small dragon slayers, dolls with a patch on their knees, eyes that are streaming, mouths that are screaming, and cuts that do nothing but bleed. There are circumspect folks who hide behind jokes, hoping they're not recognized. Men with fakes and a few work hair fakes, a leper or two on the side. There's a nun with stigmata with a chaperoning father, seeking a miracle cure. A non-stop talker, a long-distance walker, feet all covered in sores. There's a man in a hat, kid with a cat, seems that the vet must be closed. There's a boy with a crutch, oh there's someone quite touched, a cook with a loud runny nose. Oh, the atmosphere's freezing while everyone's sneezing all at once, becoming good friends, sharing their troubles in let's warm up huddles, passing around all their germs. Yes, life, it's just a big waiting room, with all of its aches and its pains, the place you can leave feeling better, or never come out of again. Will you find a remedy, or catch something worse? You can never be sure, but you have to pass through the big waiting room if you want to find the cure. Thank you.